Before we begin today's story, take a moment to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy emotionally driven stories that stay with you long after the video ends. These stories aren't loud or rushed. They quietly settle into your heart. My name is Claire. I'm 41 years old and I live in a quiet home just outside Portland, Oregon. It's not too big, not too small, just enough space for me, my husband Mark, and his son from a previous marriage, Ryan. He's 22 now. Polite, respectful, and keeps to himself. Ryan moved back home after college to save money while figuring out his next steps. That Sunday felt different from the start. The sky was soft gray, the kind that makes you want to stay in pajamas and listen to the rain tap on the windows. Mark had left early for a last-minute fishing trip with his friends, leaving the house quiet. I spent the morning tidying up, folding laundry, watering the ferns, organizing the drawer that always seems to fill with spare keys and batteries. It felt good, like I was making space for something I couldn't name. Ryan stayed in his room most of the day. His music floated down softly, more rhythm than melody. I liked that about him. Quiet without being distant, respectful without being cold. There was an ease between us, an unspoken understanding of sharing the same space. By mid-afternoon, I was leaning against the kitchen sink, sipping iced tea, watching the drizzle slide down the window. I felt restless. Eventually, I decided to check on Ryan, maybe offer him a snack or ask if he wanted coffee. I walked upstairs slowly, the old wood creaking beneath my socks. His door was slightly ajar. I paused outside, then heard a small movement, like he was adjusting something. I hesitated, but curiosity got the better of me. I called softly. No answer. Leaning a little closer, I saw him sitting on the edge of his bed, focused on something, completely unaware I was there. It struck me then how little I truly knew him. The quiet boy I saw every day seemed heavier, more complex, and fragile. In that moment, I should have turned away, but I didn't. For just a moment, I stayed. And then he looked up. Our eyes met. Everything stilled. He quickly adjusted himself, cheeks flushed. "I didn't know you were there," he said softly. "I'm sorry, I didn't mean to." I started stepping back. "It's okay," he said. "Just give me a sec." I nodded, stunned, unsure what had just happened. That fleeting, quiet moment had already changed something between us. Later, he appeared in the living room, looking slightly different. Messy hair, loose sweatshirt, expression mixing weariness and nervousness. "Hey," he said quietly. "Hey," I replied. "I was about to make some tea. Thought I'd ask if you wanted a cup." "That actually sounds really nice," I said. And with a small pause, we walked toward the kitchen together. That we moved toward the kitchen, the quiet of the house surrounding us, the rain still tapped softly against the windows. I poured tea into 2 mugs, and we settled at the small kitchen table. For a moment, neither of us spoke. The kind of silence that isn't awkward, it's thoughtful, reflective. I kept thinking about the moment upstairs, the way Ryan had seemed so different, so real. Finally, he spoke. "Have you ever felt like you were supposed to be one version of yourself, but something else keeps tugging at you?" he asked quietly. I looked at him and nodded. "All the time," I admitted, more often than I like to admit. He smiled faintly, as if relieved that someone understood. That simple acknowledgement created a connection in the quiet kitchen. The air felt lighter. Not fully easy, not fully normal, but something had shifted. We talked about small things first: college, plans for the future, what he'd been learning, how the house had changed. Slowly, the tension melted, replaced by understanding. Then he laughed softly, recalling a small memory from last summer. "Do you remember when you forgot to lock the bathroom door?" I laughed, covering my face. "Oh my God, don't remind me," I said. He chuckled, shaking his head. "I wasn't trying to embarrass you, I just walked in at the worst possible moment." We both laughed, and the moment that had felt heavy now felt lighter, filled with warmth. It wasn't the same as before, but it was closer, more open. Even in the laughter, there was something unspoken, a gentle awareness, a quiet bond forming. We didn't need to rush to define it. Sometimes understanding just needed time and patience. As the afternoon drifted on, Ryan helped me tidy the kitchen. We moved around comfortably, talking occasionally, the sound of rain in the background. It felt simple, safe, real. By evening, the house had returned to its usual quiet, but something had changed. A moment of honesty, a shared understanding, had quietly reshaped the day. It was a reminder that even small interactions could leave a lasting impact. And for the first time in a while, I felt like I truly saw Ryan, not just as Mark's son, but as a young man finding his place in the world, right there in our home. Night fell softly over the house. The rain had stopped, leaving a fresh, cool smell in the air. I curled up on the couch with a book, but my mind kept drifting back to Ryan, to the moments earlier in the day. The way he had opened up, even just a little, lingered in my thoughts. I realized that sometimes the quietest moments held the most meaning. It wasn't about drama or conflict. It was about noticing, understanding, and being present. I heard soft footsteps on the stairs and looked up. Ryan appeared at the edge of the living room, looking more relaxed than earlier, but still a little thoughtful. "Hey," he said quietly. "Hey," I replied, smiling gently. "I just wanted to say thanks, for today, for listening." "That's what family does," I answered, "and I'm glad we talked." We shared a simple moment of understanding. No words needed beyond that. Sometimes connection doesn't require explanation, just presence and care. Later, he went to his room to get some rest, and I stayed on the couch, sipping the last of my tea. The house was quiet again, but it felt different, warmer, more settled. That day, that unexpected afternoon, had shifted something between us. It was a reminder that even small gestures, shared smiles, or quiet conversations could leave a lasting impact. And that's when it truly settled in. Sometimes it's not the big moments that change relationships. It's the small ones, the ones that catch you off guard and gently remind you to see each other more clearly. Ryan wasn't just the quiet boy upstairs anymore, and I wasn't just someone passing through his life. We were simply two people learning slowly, quietly, how to understand each other a little better. Life doesn't always announce its important moments. Sometimes they arrive quietly in the middle of an ordinary day, and if you're paying attention, they can change everything.